And we're back with another episode of the Fun Football Podcast, episode number 22, which is pretty awesome. I got Bill here. Bill, how you doing, man?
Hey, great, Isaac. Great seeing you, man. Great seeing you. Man,
It's
22
working.
already. Dude,
Yeah.
that is wild, man.
Fun, right? It's our first video try. Hopefully, bear with us. If we get to 50, we'll do YouTube video. We're almost there. We're at 35 already. So go subscribe, please. We got a bunch of listens on YouTube too, which is awesome. This will be on YouTube. This episode will be on YouTube tonight, Tuesday, December 5th. We are going to try to do everything in one episode if we can. It's going to be about a 40-ish minute episode. So we're wearing it. We got to start with the Packers. I think we have to, right? What do you think of the game, man?
Dude, I tell you what, I love the Packers. I'm a Packer fan, diehard, but man, I really thought we were going to get our butts handed to us against KC. I was like, without Jones, in that defense of KC, I thought they were going to take us, but no, we gave the cheese to them. So,
what did so just so the listeners know, we actually switched and picked them. We had no incentive not to. So we went Green Bay because we were a game behind and almost everybody else picked KC. And I think we both had a feeling that they were going to hang in there because of KC's offense has been struggling. But their defense had some slow starts too. Against the Raiders, they fell out behind 14-0. And it was kind of the same story in this game. We were able not to run super effectively without Jones, but it was solid. But we were able to pretty much move the ball whenever we wanted to for the third straight game now.
Yeah.
Love was a trend, man.
I think Dylan, isn't an Aaron Jones, but Dylan, he's a power runner, and he, they had to respect him enough, and then that gave Love that play action pass ability and look back and stand in the pocket for 3, 4, 5 seconds to get the ball out. So I think hats off to the game plan, Mike. That coach came up with. I mean, that was quite a good game plan.
I feel like
LaFleur.
It almost felt like I was watching Love graduate, but I'm impressed with the injuries that we have on offense. Musgrave's out I don't know if he's going to be out for the season, but it's pretty serious. He's on IR, so at least a few more games. He's out. Aaron Jones is out. Jerry Alexander's out. We've had other injuries on defense, and our pass defense still held up. I'm still concerned about our run D, but that's, ongoing. What are you going to do? But Love honestly just feels like he's getting more and more comfortable. He's running through. It feels more like LaFleur's offense, doesn't it? There's so much motion, jet sweeps. I loved it. And Love looked confident, and the arm talent was always been there. But when he looks comfortable, like against the blitz, man, I was impressed. They only took 2 sacks, and he under duress didn't look rattled at all.
Well, and what impresses me so much is, then you have another wide receiver, Watson, gets injured too. And these young guys are stepping up. So that to me is when they're in practice during the week, the coaches and, the head coach is, disseminating all that to the other coaches. But you got to give credit to all the other coaches too, that they're doing their jobs, that they're teaching these young guys. Because we're talking first-year players, rookies, maybe second, third-year players. All these receivers are so young, but yet they're able to step in and play. I mean, that's saying a lot.
Nailed it. They've got Wicks starting, who's a rookie. I like him too. Reed's a rookie. Heath is a rookie. He got some catches late in that game because Watson went out late. Watson's only a second-year dude. Dubs is only a second-year dude. They have one of the most inexperienced offenses in NFL history. And the fact we're 6-6 is a testament to LaFleur and Love finally getting on the same page. And with their easy slate, I think they're not a lock, but I think because I can see them losing one game, but I think they're going to the playoffs. I really do think. And I'm hoping they get that 6th seed and play Detroit, because I think we go back there again. It'd be hard to win, but it'd be better playing them than whether it's Dallas or Philly or San Fran.
I think we would match up better. Yeah, absolutely. I agree.
I think they're beatable. We just did it a week ago on Thanksgiving. So I wanted to talk one other big game because Houston was impressive. So You know what? Before we do it, let's go to how did we do on our picks last week? Did we do pretty good?
There was 13 games, right? And
Yeah. Yep.
we got 84.6% correct. That means we got 11 out of 13, my friend.
Yeah. And it's only because the other two games the quarterbacks went out hurt. We missed on Pickett against Arizona. He went out, and stupid Lawrence got hurt in the stupid Cincinnati Monday night game.
Yeah, we would have won that one too, but yeah, I know.
Yeah. We almost
11
if we
13, we'll take that. We'll take that. We are
our
for the
best
year.
week yet.
For the year, we're at 126 correct out of 193 for 65.3%.
How far are we out of 15th place? 2 or 3?
Right now, if I were to show the season standings, I'm going to click on that. We are sitting at number 20 right now.
We're only 5 out? How many games is that? 1 or 2?
We are only, to get in the money, you have to be in the 15th spot.
Okay.
And that's only 1 game back. Is that
we're only 1 out?
Yeah.
Yes.
Banking and the top person's at 132. So we're only really 6 out from the top. So we're right in the middle. All we got to do is get 3 or 4 more, and we're right up in there, dude. Right up in there.
Man, we're doing so much better than last year. I wish we had the results. We're gonna have to next year look back at this year. Yeah. But we were out of it by this point last year. I know that for sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So we're in the running. So if we keep this up, then we got to hit the playoffs, pick the winners there, and then we could be in the money. We'll see. We're looking good, man. Awesome. We're looking good. We won this week, so.
We're gonna get to our picks in a minute here. Okay, we got to talk the other big game of the week. For me, it was San Fran Philly.
Yeah,
that was absolutely nuts. So San Fran, I think, had -2. Was it -2 or -6 at the end of the first quarter? And then they flipped the script and they scored touchdowns the next 5 drives. And they look head and shoulders better than Philly. Philly's linebackers, man, they were getting abused.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if there's a team. I'm starting to wonder if Dallas actually stacks up better against San Fran, even though they got shellacked earlier in the season. Yeah.
I would take Dallas, I think, over San Fran just for the fact that I think the Cowboys' offensive line can handle San Fran's defensive line, and I'm thinking I really do. San Fran is tough. Don't get me wrong, but I think Dallas can match up better. Obviously, Philly doesn't match up as well, so I think Dallas can, though.
Okay, well, the game itself was just kind of Philly just got demolished, and San Fran, they look like when all their weapons, it's like a plasma. It's like they're just when they've got their left tackle, they've got Debo, they've got Ayuk, they've got Jennings also playing good. They got Kittle, McCaffrey, and Purdy locked in on offense. When they've got all the weapons at their expense, I just don't know. At this point in this season, with this many quarterback injuries and key injuries otherwise, I don't know if there's a team that can stand up and beat them. Dallas, I think, in the NFC might be their biggest contender, honestly. Yeah. I think I agree. Do you have any other big takeaways from that game? I was genuinely surprised it was so one-sided.
I mean, Philly coming into the game was 10-1. You still got to respect that record. There's still a team to be reckoned with in the NFC. But I think it shows their vulnerability now. And I think now teams can exploit that. And whoever plays Philadelphia in the playoffs, you watch, they're going to attack that same way San Fran did.
So they went out and signed Shaq Leonard, who was an all-pro guy in 2021 twice, first team from Indy. He picked Philly over Dallas, and they need a linebacker because their linebackers are their definite weak spot on that team.
Yes.
And while they're good against the run and they've got a good pass rush, they're beatable in the back end. I don't know if they played again, if they would be any different, honestly. Dallas does look like a different team than earlier this season, but I don't know if Philly playing them again. I mean, they're going to make some adjustments, but San Fran made adjustments, and then their defense also has been on another level recently.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. The other big games, Houston, I'm impressed with them beating Denver. But Tank Dell went out for the season, and then there was the other we don't need to get too deep into it, but what do you think of Indy, man, with Minshew? They just keep finding ways to win.
I'm really surprised that I mean we picked the Colts to win. They won.
Mhm.
Minshew's been surprising too. He's been fairly consistent. And I think Indy's relying on that play action with the run game, Taylor. So I mean, you it in the NFL, if you're balanced, you're going to be a formidable team. And right now they're playing within his means. So I think Indy's going to be. I mean, the record is what 7-5. They're not blowing out of the water with the record, but they're going to be a team to reckon with as well. They might be a sleeper.
I agree. Okay, I got three more little quick things I want to do before our picks for next week. Okay.
Yeah.
I haven't actually made my list yet. I'm going to do it as we do it together. Let's
Okay.
do our top 5. I think this will be fun. Okay, so I'm going to write them down.
Okay.
All right, Bill. Okay, your top 5 teams we're going to compare. I think we both know who's going to be number 1 probably. Who's your number 1 team?
Oh, I'm going to have to still say, I mean, geez. I'm kind of torn between 2, but
Okay.
Let me see here. Let me look at my notes as well here.
I'm going San Fran number 1. I have to. They just proved to me that the way they shellacked Dallas and Philly this year, 2 of the better teams in the league, and they've been undefeated when they've had Trent Williams and McCaffrey. That 3-game stretch, or sorry, not McCaffrey, Debo. When Debo and Trent Williams were out for those 3 games, those are the 3 they lost. They're 9-0 in their other games that those 2 guys have started and finished the game. So I got to go San Fran. They just,
I don't know. I don't know if I want to take an NFC or AFC team. It just burns me. I still like something. I still like Baltimore.
Okay. I get it. Baltimore is actually going to be. It's tough, but with that defense, the way they're playing, I'm going to go Baltimore 2.
Okay.
I'm a little concerned with them without Andrews still. I still feel like there's an element missing. Yeah. But with that defense, with the plethora with Jackson, I'm worried about them in the playoffs, but it's still regular season. Yeah. I think I'd go Baltimore too. I think they're the top AFC team. KC doesn't look right. The other team, I'll get to them in the rankings, is Miami maybe with the way that defense is playing. Miami, who do you got number 2?
Number 2, I'll go with the NFC and I'll take the Niners.
Okay. Sorry, what were we gonna say on Miami?
I'm thinking Miami's like a 3-4. They're in that area.
I think I'm actually gonna shock here.
Okay.
And I think I'm gonna go Dallas number 3.
Okay.
I think I'm gonna What you got number 3?
If I go Miami 3, I'll have to go Dallas 4. I mean, you could flip flop those, interchangeably. But Dallas. The thing is, when it comes to the regular season, they're great. Then they play off, they choke, and I'm just not sold on them until they can start getting past the wild card round or divisional round. I mean, I just can't trust them yet. So
I'm actually going to shock you. I'm going to go. I agree with you in the regular season. Mm-hmm. And Dallas hadn't beaten too many winning teams, and that there's a reason why I actually don't have Miami in my top 5.
Okay.
Because I need to see them beat a good team first. They look like Dallas. They just shellac bad teams. But Dallas did hang with Philly, and they did beat Seattle. So I got to give them a little bit of props. I'm going to go Dallas because I think their ceiling right now is higher than Philly, the way they've been playing consistently. And Dak is starting to look like an actual MVP candidate. Like, he's leading the league in passing TDs, if you can believe it. Wow. Now, I mean, there's been a million quarterback injuries this year, but he's got 26 touchdowns in 12 games.
That's not bad. Yeah. Okay.
I got to give it to him. I mean, a lot of it's been against bad defenses, but he's still doing it. So.
He's still doing it. Yeah, that's true.
So you got Miami 3. Who's your 4?
Then that would be Dallas.
Okay. I got Philly 4. I'm going to go KC 5. I can't take them out of. I still, even though they're struggling on offense.
Yeah, they're still.
I still think they beat Miami.
And I'll go 5 there as well. KC's still got to be up there too. Yeah.
So you move Philly out of your top 5. Interesting.
Yeah.
I don't blame you. The way they've been playing, they've been barely eking them out, and then they play a good team and just get destroyed. So
Yep.
I
Yep.
get it, man.
So-
Okay. I got a couple poll questions and then we'll do our picks, okay? All right. So these are for the listeners. I'm hoping you're enjoying this, okay? I put up a poll today. Bill, I know the answer. I'm sorry on this one, but the other ones are like results, okay? How
All right.
many, and I'll pull up the poll results in a minute here. How
Okay.
many quarterbacks have started a game so far this season? If it continues the way it's going, it's going to set an NFL record. I'll
Okay.
give you a hint. The NFL record is 73. The options are, and quarterbacks have started a game. It's not
Wow.
including the new ones that'll be this weekend because Pickett and Lawrence are out. And I
Wow.
think the Jets just cut Boyle, so I don't know what they're going to do. 41, 47, 53, or 56. What do you think is the answer?
Out of those
People Googled
choices,
it.
I'm going to
They
say
got
50,
it right.
53.
You got it. Nice. 53. Yep. 53. And then I had a couple other fun polls. I did the divisions for the NFC, and the NFC did win. We've already talked a lot of Dallas and Philly, though.
Right.
I don't think there's much to talk about with the Giants. They're heading for a top 5 pick and
Yeah.
a total restart. It looks like. I think they might even cut Daniel Jones, possibly.
Yeah. I can see
You know,
that happen. Yep.
Dave
might
will
go-
stay because he was coach of the year, but I think they need some weapons on offense all
Yeah.
over, except for running back and tight end. I think they need to get a quarterback and some receivers stat.
Yep.
You think Rivera survives the season for Washington, or you think they'll fire him?
Boy, I tell you, I'm trying to think. Do you know what he's on what year on his contract he is?
No, I just don't. They don't seem to make changes mid-season. I think they'll wait till after. But I don't think he's their coach next season unless they go on a run. I really don't.
Yeah, I'm thinking if he's especially if he's near the end of his contract, I don't think they renew it. I really don't.
I agree. Okay, this was another fun one. Overwhelmingly, people voted, and it was a lot of votes. Some of them were over 100. And not just that's not views, like people that actually voted, which was pretty cool. So we got a lot of, and on Facebook. This is another fun one. What was the biggest challenger in the NFC to San Francisco? The teams I listed, and I actually don't know the results. I'm going to click on it right after you guess. Okay.
Okay.
It was the biggest challenger in the NFC to San Fran because I think we both agree they're the best team in the NFC right now.
Yep.
You'll like this. Philly,
Okay.
Dallas, Green Bay, because I don't buy the NFC South, or Detroit. Who do you think got the most votes?
Detroit, I don't think defensively can match up. Man, the Packers, I want to say yes, but man,
Yeah, I get it.
time stopping the run game. That's still our Achilles heel, is stopping the run game. Philly, Philly just got exposed. I would have to say Dallas. I don't know why.
Was close. It was close. There's 32 votes on this one, and it was barely Philly. It was Philly 41, Dallas 31,
Okay.
Green Bay 12, 13%, and Detroit 16. So it was Philly, but not in a landslide. It was close. Between those two, took almost 3/4 of the vote. So, and then I got one more fun one I really want to just share.
Okay.
I put out a fun one. Who is the best number two receiver in the NFL? And the options are, I want to see your thoughts, and then we'll, I think that's it. I think we'll move on to the picks portion.
Okay.
The options were T. Higgins for Cincinnati, Jalen Waddle, Devonta Smith, or Tyler Lockett, who's the best number two receiver in the league.
Oh, man. Just based on
who would you pick? So Seattle. So who'd you want on your team? It's not just purely stats, because some of them are been hurt by quarterback play this year and missed time.
Yeah.
So it's who would you want as your number two? Cincinnati's guy behind Jamar Chase. You got Waddle behind Tyreek Hill. You've got Devonta Smith, who's the number two to AJ Brown, or Tyler Lockett. He's still the number two in Seattle, even with the rookie.
You know what? First came to mind, I'm going to stick with. I'm going to say Smith. I think Smith is, that number two. He's got that locked up, I think, and he adds so much because if you take him out of the equation, and you put your best corner on, help me out again. What's the number one? AJ Brown, right?
Mm-hmm.
That whole Philadelphia offense is totally different. So I think Smith adds a lot more to that offense than you believe. So
I agree. And let me pull that one up.
uh
Put a lot of polls up. Here we go. It was Devonta Smith. Devonta Smith actually won over Waddle. Not a lot of love to T. Higgins or Tyler Lockett.
yeah,
It was Philly's guy. So yeah. And then the other one, it was like 70%. They think the Packers are going to be a playoff team. I asked after the KC game with our schedule because we got an easy slate.
Yeah.
We got Carolina, Tampa, the Giants. I think those three are wins. Minnesota and Chicago. I think maybe we lose one of those. So, maybe Tampa, but I don't think so. It just depends if we keep playing the way we played. You know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly.
You have any other thoughts from last week before we get to picks?
No, I think we're good.
Let's do this again, man. We've been on a roll. Other than that one bad week where we were 7-7, I'm feeling really good about it. Okay. Do you have any locks of week 14? There are 2 teams on bye, so there's only 15 games. Arizona and Washington are on bye. Do you have any locks of the week that you think are definite?
Any locks? Let me look. We got New England, Pittsburgh, Tampa, Atlanta, Rams, Baltimore, Detroit, Chicago, Colts, Cincy, Jacksonville, Cleveland, Carolina, New Orleans, Houston, Jets, Minnesota, Raiders, Seahawks, Niners, Bills, KC, Broncos, Chargers, Philadelphia, Dallas, Titans, Miami, Green Bay at New York. You know what? I'm going to lock in Green Bay beating the New York Giants in New York.
I agree. Green Bay wins.
Okay.
My lock would be Miami.
Miami, okay.
Over Tennessee.
Miami.
Got any? I want to get to the games of the week, but do you have any other ones? You got one more you want to do for locks?
For locks,
I just don't see DeVito and the Giants even competing. In Tennessee, outside their coach with Levis, it's in Miami, and they just beat up on bad teams. They're favored by 13.5, so I think they're both locks.
Yeah, I think we'll just go with the locks. I would say would be the Miami and Green Bay. Yeah, I don't have any others.
Yeah, I agree. I don't have any other locks, although I'm feeling pretty good. Well, Pittsburgh's got their quarterback out, so we're going to have to talk on that one, unfortunately.
Right. That's.
I'm actually thinking San Fran might be a lock over Seattle. I think they're just head and shoulders better. They looked like it last time in Seattle. They destroyed them, and this one's in San Fran. I think I would mark them down as a lock.
Okay, let's go.
I don't see any scenario I'm going Seattle on the road.
Okay.
Nobody's hurt for San Fran.
Okay.
They came out unscathed in that game, so.
I agree. Let's go with the lock on that one. I agree.
What do you feel about Baltimore? This could actually be a good game because the Rams are getting sneaky decent. But how do you feel about Baltimore? They're trying to fight for the 1 seed. They're favored by 7 over the Rams in Baltimore. I don't think I could pick the Rams.
I can't go against. I can't pick the Rams. In Baltimore, coming off a bye, they're going to be well rested. They know they have to keep pace to get that number 1 seed in home field. I think Baltimore wins this one.
I know the Rams are trying to keep pace for the playoffs, but Baltimore, they're trying to get the 1 seed, and they've been really tough, man. The Rams are starting to look better with the receiving core, and I'm impressed with how they've hung in there. And the coach, McVay, has done a good job. So is Stafford. They got Kyron Williams back, but Baltimore's defense, I just think, slows them down. So I'm going to go Baltimore.
Okay.
I got one more for you if you're feeling it.
Go for it.
I think Houston beats the Jets.
Yeah, I have that one too. I put that one down as I don't know for lock for sure, but definitely I feel good about taking Houston. Yeah.
The Jets are on a complete slide. They don't even start their starting quarterback. Yeah. Now I'll say this: Tank Dell being out for Stroud hurts, but he's still got Nico Collins and Noah Brown should play. If they were both hurt or something, I'd consider changing. But Stroud's still going to play. They're favored by at the moment, I think it's 6 on the road. I don't see a scenario that the Jets win this game. I think they're done. Rodgers, I don't think is playing this year, and Houston's trying to fight for a playoff spot. I think it's more important to them. And the Jets losing is probably going to be better for them. They don't have their second round pick from the Rodgers trade, so they need that one. So we're going to go Houston. Okay. So Houston, far,
the only one.
Green Bay.
Yeah. So
sorry,
far, we have Green Bay. We have the Niners, Baltimore, and Houston,
and Miami, right?
And Miami. Yes, sorry, Miami. The only other one I can think might be a lock is the Saints, because I can't see 1-11 Carolina beating the Saints at the Saints.
Oh, it's that one.
Yeah.
Where did I write that down? Hold on. Oh, there it is. Yeah, I'm going to go with you on that one. Okay. And the Saints are trying to keep pace for that division.
Yep.
Don't feel great about it. Hold on, is Carr hurt? I gotta look at that one really quick.
Yeah.
The Saints are still favored by 5.5.
Okay. But if Carr's out, that might.
But no, just their receiver and Miller. I think we're good.
So
the Saints are missing a safety, tight end, and outside linebacker is questionable. The Saints are only missing a receiver, backup running back, and a linebacker. Yeah, I'll go Saints with you.
Okay.
There's some tough ones because the quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to start with the game of the week? You want to do Dallas Philly? Is that? I feel like that's. Yeah. There's a couple actually.
Dallas Philly.
Dallas Philly. It's in Dallas.
It's in Dallas. I got to go with Dallas in Dallas. Yeah.
I'm thinking Dallas. I'm thinking Dallas wins this one in Dallas. Yeah. I think that I know Philly's going to be angry because they lost, but Dallas is going to want revenge, and this is, I think, a little more important to them. They've just been so good at home. Is it 5-0 or 6-0 in the season at home? If it was in Philly, I'd pick Philly again, but Dallas has been unbeatable at home, and I think it's going to continue.
I think
at home, Dallas this season 6-0.
Yeah.
And their point differential in the season, they're 168. Philly is 41. And if Dallas wins, they catch them for the division, and then it's a race for. I don't know. I honestly don't know the tiebreakers. It would matter. The game would matter as well. But I actually been thinking it'd be Dallas the way they're playing.
Okay.
Do you have any case for Philly on that one?
Nope. I don't. I think Philly will give them a match, but I think Dallas, that offensive line will take over eventually.
And Jalen Hurts is a little banged up, but that's really going to have a big impact on this game. I will say, I wish Dallas, the way Dallas can attack Philly on offense too, through the air is the way to expose Philly's D. And then just the way Dallas plays at home, they play so much tougher. So.
Okay.
Well, trying to think, was that Seattle game in Dallas? Yeah, I think it was. Seattle played them tough. So. I don't know. We're going to see their mettle. We're going to see if they're really a good team because they struggled against Seattle. So, and their defense did. So, I don't know. We're going to find out. I'll go Dallas with you.
All right.
I'm favored by 3.5, so it's not a lot. This is a fun one.
Okay.
Buffalo KC.
You know what?
In KC, and I'm thinking Buffalo.
I'm thinking Buffalo too. You know why? Because Buffalo needs the win to keep off for playoff hopes. KC's reeling right now, and I think they're seeing the weakness of KC, and that's you just pound the ball, and you can put pressure on Mahomes. So
I agree, man. I think it happens. Okay. I really do. I think Buffalo wins. Okay, so we've got 8 of our games. We've got 7 left. What do you want to do next?
Let's do the Thursday night, New England at Pittsburgh.
Oh my gosh! So Pickett's going to miss. It's going to be Trubisky, but New England's just so bad on offense. I don't think I can pick them. I think I'd still go Pittsburgh.
I'm thinking Pittsburgh, and only because of the defense going up against a weak offense. That's the only reason.
New England's defense has been so good. This could be like a 3-0 game, but New England needs to lose to get the higher pick. And Tomlin's such a good coach. I don't feel great about it with Trubisky. And I don't like Pickett that much either, but Pickett's definitely out for sure. 100%. He had surgery on his ankle.
Is Pittsburgh going to want to lose 2 games in a row at home? I don't think so. So
That's my only concern with KC is them losing 3 in a row. But the way they're playing, and Buffalo hung with Philly, and Buffalo's gonna be mad. They're 6-6.
yep,
DC's only favored by 2.5. That's why I was thinking them. But
yeah,
yeah, I'm gonna go Pittsburgh with you.
okay,
It's not a lock. Tampa's tough.
no,
The
no.
next game, I was thinking Atlanta. In Atlanta, what were you
I
thinking?
was for the only reason they're at home. That's the only reason. Both teams suck. But and I hate picking
That's
Atlanta because every time we pick Atlanta, they lose, and then when we don't pick them, they win. So I just, yeah,
the only good thing is Atlanta's 4-2 at home, and they have a
Yep.
negative point differential in the season, but so does Tampa.
Okay.
I haven't even brought any stats in yet. Should we do some stats? We don't. I know we were pressed on time.
Yeah.
Atlanta's 4-2 on the season at home, and then Tampa Bay is 2-4. And I don't trust Atlanta at all, but because I haven't gotten any stats yet, we got to do just one. Okay.
Okay.
Tampa's 23rd in offense. Atlanta's 24th. Yardage 23rd for Tampa. Atlanta's 17th. Atlanta's rushing attack is 6th, and Tampa's is 30th. Even though I like White, he's good in fantasy, but it's through the air.
Yep.
Passing wise, you're looking at two mediocre teams. Tampa's 19th. Atlanta's 22nd.
Yeah.
On defense, though, you're looking at two top 10 defenses. Tampa's 10th and Atlanta's 7th. So I don't know. Just because it's in Atlanta, I don't love Ritter, but
Go with.
I don't know. It's a tough one because this actually matters for that division. Because if Tampa loses, they're 2 behind Atlanta. So
Right.
I'd still lean Atlanta though.
Okay.
Okay, so we'll go Atlanta.
Yep.
Detroit, Chicago.
I'm thinking, even though I can't take Chicago. I mean, Chicago's just no. I gotta go.
It's funny because Detroit actually almost blew that game against them last time,
Yep.
and it's in Detroit. But I'm gonna go. I gotta go
in
Detroit. I think they're gonna be.
It's in Chicago.
Oh yeah. No, it's in Chicago. The last one in Detroit.
Yes.
If you saw that game, Chicago was up by 2 TDs late, and Detroit had to come back. So it's tough to beat a team twice, but Detroit needs this one to hold off. Honestly, at this point, they're 3 up in the division, but they blow another one and starts getting close.
Yes, it does.
They need to win this one.
Packers get within
Chicago.
No.
Chicago ain't going to the playoffs, so
No, they're not going. No. Okay.
Detroit.
Lions.
This one's tough, but because you just watched the Monday night game, so what are you going to get? Indy at Cincy.
Yeah.
Indy's favored by 1 on the road.
This is tough. I mean, here's the thing.
I was thinking Indy.
I'm thinking Indy too, even though since he's probably going to want to fight because they lost. I hate when because it's like they won, close one, but I don't know, man. I got to go Indy too because they're fighting for they're 7-5, dude. So.
All right, I'll throw some quick stats at you because I know we got a couple more, and we got a boogie. Indy's favored by 1. Percent of the bets is 69 on Indy. 71% of the money. Okay. Taylor's out, but they have Zach Moss. Just so you know, Jonathan Taylor's injured, but they still have Zach Moss, who's been rolling. So they still have a run game, so don't worry about that. But Browning looked good against Jacksonville's D, who was better than Indy's D. You're looking at 2 points scored. Indy is somehow 8th. I don't know how. Minshew's solid. In Cincinnati's offense is 20th in points. In yards, they're close. Indy is 16th. Cincy is 22nd. But Browning did just light up Jacksonville's D, if you saw it.
Right.
Indy is 18th in passing. Cincy is 15th at climbed, even with Burrow out. In rushing, even with Taylor missing several games this year, Indy is 12th. Cincy is dead last, 32nd.
Wow.
On defense, Indy is 27th in points. Cincy is 22nd. But in yards, Indy is 26th. Cincy is dead last. I don't love it, but I'm feeling Indy.
Okay. We'll stick with the Colts. Yeah.
Man, these next few, we've got 3 left, and they're tough. Jacksonville without Lawrence, possibly, against Cleveland with possibly Joe Flacco starting, who wasn't terrible, but he had some picks, but he actually was decent.
Yeah.
I don't love this at all.
No.
What were you thinking?
You know what? A lot of people are going to go against Jacksonville now that Lawrence is out. But I'm still thinking Jacksonville finds a way defensively. I just don't trust Cleveland's offense. So I'm going to take Jacksonville on the road. What do you think?
Cleveland's favored by 3. I was leaning Cleveland. Cleveland's D
Okay.
is first, and Jacksonville's defense is only 24th, even though they've been playing better.
Yeah.
But their defense is only 20th. I don't feel great about it. I really don't. It's just Cleveland's defense at home. And
Yeah.
Cleveland's trying to hold on, let's look at the last few. Cleveland's lost 2 in a row. Jacksonville just lost that close one, but they'd won 3 out of 4. Before the last 2, Cleveland was on a winning streak. But they lost to Denver pretty bad in the Rams. You know what?
Do you want to roll?
For Jacksonville, that's hard.
I'm
Just because Lawrence is out. Yeah, we can roll, but I'm thinking Cleveland just because I trust their backup quarterback better than Jacksonville's. Is my
okay.
thing.
Well, then let's go with the home team then, because that's fine. I'm game with that. Unless you aren't real sure, we can.
We always switch 1 or 2. That might be one we flip.
Okay.
I don't love this one at all. This is even harder.
Yeah.
Minnesota, Vegas.
Yeah, I'm only going Minnesota for the mere reason that Minnesota is in the playoff hunt still. That's the only reason I'm picking Minnesota.
Dobbs looked so bad against Chicago, man. That was one of the only ones we missed the week before, too.
Yep.
They are favored by 3. Technically, Vegas is in the playoff hunt at 5 and 7, but not likely.
True.
I don't love this game at all, man. I really don't.
No.
Is Dobbs going to show up? The Raiders' D has gotten better. Minnesota surprisingly is 8th in defense.
Yeah.
Raiders are 16th in yards. Minnesota on defense is 13th. The Raiders are only 20th. But against the pass, the way Minnesota's going to attack, the Raiders are up to 13th. Minnesota's 18th. Minnesota somehow is 7th in rush D. The Raiders are 25th. But then if you look at the offenses, yeah, it skews Minnesota. But I just don't know if is Dobbs going to show up.
Right.
If he can even start. Jefferson's questionable. He might make it back. I don't love this one. I'll go Minnesota with you, but I don't love it. It's tough.
All right. Okay.
Last one.
Yep.
And then we got a couple quick things, but then Denver Chargers.
Okay.
What are you thinking?
Denver Chargers. I gotta go. I don't like the Chargers either. I'm going Denver.
Chargers are favored by 3.
Okay.
I don't trust them at all. They barely just beat New England. Yeah, let's go Denver. I'm not going to waste time looking at stupid Chargers stats. I think their coach sucks, and I think Herbert's overrated, and I think he needs to get a new coach if he ever wants to be a competent quarterback, because I don't see it, and I don't like them at all. I'm going to go Denver with you. I agree. Okay, so quick recap. We got Pittsburgh, Atlanta.
Yep.
Pittsburgh over New England, Atlanta, Detroit, Indy, Cleveland, New Orleans, Houston, Baltimore in a lock, Minnesota, San Fran in a lock, Buffalo over KC.
Yep.
Denver, not in a lock. Dallas, Miami in a lock, and Green Bay in a lock. So we got a few locks of the week. Okay.
Yep.
Oh, and Pittsburgh, All right. Guys, that was an awesome episode. Please subscribe. If we hit 50, we will do a live YouTube show. I'm super excited. We're close. I'm loving honestly, we got even more listens because we went on YouTube, so I should have done this sooner. Please share with your friends if you like football. We'll be back again next week. But thank you for all your support. It's been awesome. Our first video show. I hope you enjoy it. More will be coming because everyone's on X said they want to see video. And Bill, man, the picks thing, it's been fun. I can't believe we won twice this season. That's pretty awesome.
I know. That is awesome, man.
Can you believe that? And we're 1 away from the money. Yeah. We're having a season, man. I really hope we can do it again this week. We did flip. I just want to let the listeners know we did flip to Green Bay. I think that's the only one we changed last week.
That's the only one.
We did flip to Green Bay and we took them. And we only missed 2. So I'm hoping we can get like 13 or 14 again this week. Seriously. It'd be awesome. So,
well, hey, it's been fun again, Isaac. Thank you. And, like I said, we'll look forward to next week again, guys. And hopefully we'll do another 11 out of 13 or 12 out of 13. So.
And Bill, I'll invite you on my Facebook profile, but Facebook doesn't let me do polls on my profile, but on the page on Facebook, there'll be some more polls this week. And on X, you can look for some more polls that will be including on the podcast. I'll be listing the ones that will be specifically on the podcast. Awesome. And share with your friends and look forward to more YouTube videos because they're going to be coming. So
Thanks
Thanks,
again.
everybody.
Thank you all.
Thanks, man.
Bye.
Thanks, buddy. That was fun.